Hey everybody, it's Necrotech from Necrotech Gaming. Today I'm going to be showing you how to turn this into this, transfer it to another server, and then turn it back into this. And then the second half of the video is going to be if you are a cluster owner and want to have this ability for your players, I'll show you how to do that. If you are playing single player only on Steam, I'll show you how to go into your files, manually change it in and save it, and then you'll have that ability as well. Okay, so we're pretty much going to start out with what you're going to need to turn element shards into soap and then transfer to a different server, and then turn it from soap back into element. What you're going to need is a industrial cooking pot, a pipe of some sort to connect to that, or you could even use a cooking pot if you have to, but it takes so much longer, it's insane. Some gasoline for the indie cooker, wood for the cooking pot, and then if you're transferring to another server where you don't have element already there to power the tech replicator, you're going to need to take at least enough dust to make one unstable element. And I already have everything set up here for it. So we're gonna split this stack a little bit just so I can show you the difference between the industrial cooker and the cooking pot. Put the gas in there, put the shards, turn it on, and let it do its thing. And you see how fast that is? It's already created two soap. So much faster than the cooking pot. And we're gonna go to the cooking pot. Put the shard in there, put the wood, turn it on, and wait. You can do it. Let's go. We don't have all day here now. Let's go, little cooking pot. See? And it takes frickin' forever to turn the shards into soap using the cooking pot, which is obvious. It requires like little to no resources to make the cooking pot, but still, that's going to be a lot faster. Let's get our soap out of there real quick. Okay, so I don't have any actual element on me, and I need to turn on my replicator so that I can craft the soap into element. So we're going to make unstable element piece and let it go through its thing. Okay, so after I said to heck with it, yeeted the unstable element out and then just spawned in a piece of element to save time for myself and you guys. We're going to go into the replicator itself. You can go down to tech, and then if you see here, it requires one soap to turn into one element. So we're going to throw our element in here, turn it on, take the soap, drop it in the replicator, and then boom, there we go. We just turned our shards into soap, and then from soap into element. Alrighty, so I like to use Beacon because it helps with doing a lot of the boring coding, like for your drops, stuff like that. That doesn't really require a lot of like customization and tweaking. It's pretty cheap if you're wanting to be able to adjust your single player game. If you're a Steam or Epic Games client user, this is the easiest way to do it because you can actually cut and paste from Beacon into your .ini files, and it just makes it so much easier. If you're a Nitrado user, you're probably familiar with Beacon already. Unless you haven't used it yet, get it. It makes things so much easier to manage the servers and the coding and such. But for this purpose, we're going to use the new project and go to crafting costs, new recipes. I like to start out with the element itself, which is that right there. And currently it is showing as 100 element shards. We're going to change that to soap. And delete the element shard requirement. It's going to ask you to confirm, and we are going to say delete. And then right now, one element is going to cost 1 soap to make. Next up, we're going to change the crafting cost for soap. And right now it requires oil, polymer, water. We're going to get rid of all of that. Add the ingredient, element shards, and change that to 100. And now it is going to cost 100 element shards to craft 1 soap. You're going to save it, and if you're familiar with Beacon already, you already know how to pull the servers down, deploy it to your servers, unless you're cutting and pasting like I often do, just because I'm usually making little tweaks to the servers. I don't want to have the servers come down, take forever, and then all that stuff and go back up. I'm going to show you how to do it through Nitrado the manual way. Alrighty, if you don't have Beacon and you want to be able to adjust your Nitrado files and stuff like that, you have to enable the expert settings and then go in and add the code yourself. But before you do that, you want to make sure that you stop the server, have the server completely come down, save, and all that stuff. And then you go to your expert settings, go to the game.ini file. After that populates, then you cut and paste the 2 lines of text that I am including down in the description below that has the coding that you need to convert the element shards into soap, and then also change the soap into element. Then you're going to save it down below. I don't have my servers down right now, so there's that. After you save it, then you start the server back up, bring it back up, and then go test it out to make sure that it actually saved and taken. Okay, so since I've shown you how to use Beacon, showed you how to do it manually through Nitrado, I need to show you also how to do it manually through your actual like single player saves, if you want to do it just on single player. And that way you can just cut and paste the file from Beacon, or you can just manually input the coding to the file itself. It's a pretty arduous process to try and find the file sometimes if you're not familiar with where it is. You want to go to your PC, Windows, your whatever drive that your Steam apps folder is on. Then you go to Common, Arc, Shooter Game, Saved, Config, Windows No Editor, and then you'll have this guy right here, your game.ini file. I'm going to click on that. And I like to usually try to keep everything in order, alphabetically or grouped together. But just for this demonstration purposes, I'm going to throw it in because I don't typically keep this on my single player game. And you're going to cut and paste that line of text or the coding right here in the file. Then you'll click save, or you can click close and then save it. But I'm not going to save it for this. Thank you for watching the video. If you guys like what you see, smash that like and subscribe button down below. Also, let me know down in the comments what you guys think and if there's anything else you might like me to do a video on.